Meghan and Harry waded into the devastating Afghanistan crisis and described the world as exceptionally fragile, but they have been branded hypocrites. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex say they have been left speechless at the Taliban takeover but remain tight-lipped on the growing anger at pal Joe Biden. In a lengthy joint statement posted on their Archie site, the pair urged the world to prove our humanity. And they expressed their heartache at other global issues, including the earthquake in Haiti and new COVID variants. But the former GMB host was having none of it, tweeting if only they were speechless and said nothing. Responding to a headline reporting that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are speechless at the horrors happening in Afghanistan, Piers quipped, "If only they were." And royal biographer Angela Levin said today, "Who do they think they are? It's as if we are all small children and now they are going to look after us. I think it's just they try and outsmart the royal family. They are in there first. They care, they are the only people that care when in fact they are ruthless and tough." If you compare these soft doughy-eyed comments to what they do to their own family, it makes no sense whatsoever. Speaking about the organizations that Meghan and Harry have urged people to support in the face of the crisis, Ms. Levin said, "It's like throwing seeds on hard ground. There's nothing straightforward about it. It's all posturing. This is another example of them telling us what to do. We mustn't fly, we mustn't have more than 2 children, we must be compassionate to those we know and those we don't know. They're the least compassionate people you can imagine. It's all about telling other people and the hypocrisy is enormous." Talk radio presenter Julia Hartley-Brewer also said, "Thank God speechless Harry and Meghan have spoken on the terrible state of the world, so now we all know what we are supposed to feel, say and do. We'd never have known if it weren't for them being so, you know, speechless." The former royal couple, using their Duke and Duchess of Sussex titles, wrote in their 218-word essay, "As we all feel the many layers of pain due to the situation in Afghanistan, we are left speechless. As we all watch the growing humanitarian disaster in Haiti, and the threat of it worsening after last weekend's earthquake, we are left heartbroken. And as we all witness the continuing global health crisis, exacerbated by new variants and constant misinformation, we are left scared. When any person or community suffers, a piece of each of us does so with them, whether we realize it or not. And though we are not meant to live in a state of suffering, we, as a people, are being conditioned to accept it. It's easy to find ourselves feeling powerless, but we can put our values into action, together." The couple asked for support for organizations doing critical work as thousands risk their lives in Afghanistan to flee the violent regime. They also urged those in positions of global influence to rapidly advance the humanitarian dialogues that are expected to take place this fall at multilateral gatherings such as the UN and G20. Meghan and Harry added, "As an international community, it is the decision we make now, to alleviate suffering among those we know and those we may never meet, that will prove our humanity." The couple didn't include any reference to Mr. Biden in their statement. The pair suggested Americans vote for him ahead of last year's U.S. election, while the Duke of Sussex is also a close friend of First Lady Jill. The president returned early from Camp David to give a speech on the disaster yesterday. But his address was condemned as one of the most shameful in U.S. history. Mr. Biden declared, "The buck stops with me," after blaming Donald Trump, as well as the Afghan government, soldiers and people for the gut-wrenching scenes. The president blasted the Afghan army for giving up and said it's right to leave, despite the Taliban seizing Kabul just a month after American troops quit the country. Harry spent 10 years in the army and went on 2 tours of duty on the front line in Afghanistan. Meanwhile, Piers also took a jab at Meghan Markle this morning after he was nominated for an NTA award. The TV firebrand, who stepped down from Good Morning Britain for refusing to apologize to the Duchess of Sussex, joked that he'll ask her to collect his award. And he dubbed Meg Princess Pinocchio in a thinly veiled swipe online. Piers took to Twitter after it was revealed that he's up for his first solo National Television Award, NTA, for Best Presenter. The 56-year-old, who will face off against Holly Willoughby, Bradley Walsh, Alison Hammond and Ant and Dec at the show, shared the news with his 7.9 million followers. He wrote, "Most amused to finally be nominated for TV Presenter of the Year at the unofficialness, though could be a tad #ox for ITV if I win for my work on at GMB. Might have to pull a Brando and send Princess Pinocchio along to receive it on my behalf."